Hi guys, welcome back. In today's video, we are going to be talking about a company whose result has been really fantastic in this Q4 FY25 and uska jo guidance hai that is also even better. Okay, so the company's name is Aimtron Electronics. It's a very small cap company, 1200 crore market cap is company ka. So it comes in that SME, NSE ka SME stage mein aata hai. And yeah, so we will be talking about that company. Let us understand what this company does, iska business model kya hai, what went down in the con call, what does the guidance look like, and everything. Because most of the companies that are there, like uska, performance has been great for FY25. But what do you see is in FY26, right? The pace of growth is coming down. Okay, it could be the base effect, it could be because demand is not there, it could be because of headwind. Whatever the reason is, the pace of growth is coming down for many of them. But now I think this is one such company who's able to retain that pace of growth provided if the execution goes right for them. Okay, so first thing first, let me share the screen. So yeah, I will also show you the entire process on how to read the PPT and make sense of the data, because most of you will ask me like, where do I find the information? I find everything through the corporate documents that is given by the company, either on the half yearly basis or quarterly basis. I believe most of you who have taken the investment checklist workshop, if you have purchased it, you know how to analyze the companies. You don't have to depend on me or anybody else. But to those folks, who didn't purchase the investment checklist workshop, by the way, link is in the description box or in the tweet below, and you will see exactly like, how to do the analysis. And, like it just shows you, how we do the analysis and what you can also expect from investment checklist workshop. Okay, so that's that. Let me just start. Okay. Okay, this is, by the way, for me, because when you look at the PPT, right, everything is not in order. Okay, so when I read the PPT or when you read the PPT, it makes sense. It is one thing for us to read it by ourselves, but if you have to explain it to another person, right, that flow of thought should be there, right? So that is why I made this pointer. One is that I don't miss out on talking anything. And the second reason why I made this is also, like that flow of thought remains. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so what does Aimtron Electronic do? Okay, so this is the company's PPT, by the way, right? I'm taking everything from there only. So first, when you open the PPT, you understand that, these people are offering electronic system design and manufacturing. So which means what, they're operating in that ESM space. What does electronic system design means? Let's say, for example, if I have a mobile, if I have to get it manufactured, I will do the design, the conceptualization and everything. And manufacturing means what? I will also manufacture, take care of the entire process over here. So this is what they do. So you understood very little ki like, ye kya karte hai. But I'm pretty sure, there are many questions that come to your mind. Ki like, what exactly do they mean by electronics, right? Because when you talk about electronics, there are many electronics. Are they like PGL, that is manufacturing AC? Are they like Dixon, that is manufacturing mobiles and laptops? What exactly are they manufacturing over here? What kind of electronics over here? Okay. So these people, when they started off, okay, they have two manufacturing facilities, by the way, one in Gujarat and one in Bangalore. They also have a subsidiary office opened in US very recently. In this year only they opened. Okay. So coming back, these people, they started by manufacturing printed circuit board. Now you and I have seen printed circuit board, right? Where in our mobile phones we have seen, in our laptops we have seen. So these people manufacture printed circuit boards, different kind of printed circuit boards that are required, in various, that is there, like various, how do I put this? Various industries that is required, whether it is defense, whether it is, um, whether it is defense, whether it is IoT, gaming, wherever printed circuit board is required, to whatever size it is required, these people do it. Okay. Now, other than that, over the years, what has happened is, I'm just trying to find the slide actually. Where did that slide go? Where it's mentioned. Huh. Okay, so over the years, what happened? They went from printed circuit board, to like, because think about it. Let's say this is a device, just my printed circuit board. This is just an AC remote, by the way. So let's say in this AC remote, we need a printed circuit board. So earlier they were, only manufacturing that. Now think about it, right? If I were to manufacture this entire remote, my margins would be higher over here than, let's say, if I'm manufacturing just a printed circuit board. Yes or no, right? So what they went from just being a printed circuit board manufacturer to manufacturing the entire device. This is called as integrated design solution from concept to completion, end-to-end service, which means what? I will first design, how this AC ka remote control will be like. Then I will do a conceptualization, I'll do a design, I will do a prototype. Once a prototype gets a green signal from my client, I will source the raw materials, I will manufacture it, I will do the assembly, I will do the testing, and then I will, deliver it to my client. So this is called as, your integrated design solution, right? Which you are going to do like for various devices. Similarly, they also do box build assembly. Box build assembly and IDC is almost the same. The thing over here is in box build, when you talk about it, you are going to do the testing, you're going to do the design and everything from a product level to an assembly level, which means what? It could be a single product के लिए आप कर रहे हो जिस remote में है, to the entire product. Assembly का मतलब क्या? Multiple products becomes one. Like अगर आप देखते हो इसका product क्या है? ये button, plastic molding, right? इसका अंदर का battery, But if I put everything together, all of these three products together, it becomes an assembly. Let's इसके अंदर कुछ cables होता है, इसके अंदर कुछ wires होता है. All of these things from designing, getting into one perfect structure is called as box build. Okay, so this is what the company does. Now look at the various product that they do. Okay, you can also see over here, right? It is given like how they do. ठीक है, पहले design करता है, assembly, then उसके बाद इस assembly के बाद cable assembly. So everything is connected to this PCB. उसका sheet metal करना, magnetics, उसका plastic molding करना. You do the system integration. You get everything together. Do the testing. Do the logistics. Let's say if in case there is some sort of defect in that, उसको repair करके और एक बार उसको send it to the client. So this is exactly what they do. They're a one-stop shop. But now think about this, right? It is also good for the client because let's say if I'm getting my plastic molding from somewhere in India, battery मैं China से ला रहा हूँ because somebody else is manufacturing the buttons for me. It is that client's का headache ना, because उसका think about it, supply chain में कितना problem होगा, right? किसी को China से source करने, किसी को यहाँ पे source करने, वियतनाम में, थाईलैंड में assembly करो, it's a big headache. But if I have one guy, it's a advantage for me, right? So this is what they do. Okay, now let's go to product catalog, so you get to see like what is a product that they do. Can you see over here? They do this. I think some of things you have seen. EV charger that is there, which is used in your automotive industry. ये लोग वो करते हैं, ठीक है? Various kind of pressure switches, these industrial pump controller unit, ठीक है? All of these, now when you talk about it in the robotics also, all of these, क्या बोलते हैं, there could be a PCB assembly that is going in these things, right? So these people do that, okay? And what are the industries that they operate? These are the industries. Now see, when you look at Aimtron Electronics का अगर आप देखते हो, they are a B2B business, which means what? Their client is another business. Okay, when I tell their client is another business, think about it. Britannia का client कौन है? You and me, right? Because you and me are purchasing the biscuit. Why does it become important to know who their who their client is and which industry is the client operating? Is because कल जाके, let's say if there is any headwind, or let's say good news, let's talk shubh, right? हमारे मुंह में घी शक्कर. But let's say if there is a defense का thing, या consumer tech में, ठीक है, government has put some incentive, and वहां पे ज्यादा demand आ रहा है. Now since you are supplying to this industry, you can also take benefit of whatever that PLI scheme, XYZ scheme that is there. You become a part of that value chain, right? So this is very important. So whenever you see a B2B business, you have to understand कि like कौन से sector में वो cater कर रहे हैं, आपका client जो है कहाँ किस sector में है. So you understand, are you going to get benefited from that value chain, or are you going to get like submerged due to the tailwinds that comes due to your clients का industry? क्योंकि client अगर अच्छा नहीं करता है तो आप नहीं करोगे. Similarly, अगर client को कुछ benefit होता है तो आप भी अच्छा करोगे. So that is the thing. अगर हम H2 FY25 का देखेंगे, okay, let us talk about that. Can you see geography wise अगर आप देखते हो, 60% of the business comes from India. US से 12% आ रहा है. North America से 25.6. Now I assume when they tell North America and they've not included US, it means I believe Canada, right? That the Canada and Mexico, that part. Spain. Similarly, if you look at the segment wise में अगर आप देखते हो, you will still see that PCB is still a very large component, 70% almost, and box build is 27.2, and end-to-end solution is 3.5. Similarly, अगर आप देखते हो industry wise में अगर आप देखते हो, ज्यादा से ज्यादा आ रहे industrial से, and the next big thing is medtech, followed by aerospace and power, and then automotive is very less, and similarly IoT or robotics is great, right? Okay, this is the second best. So this is the इंडस्ट्री, आई होप नाउ यू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट डज एम्ट्रॉन इलेक्ट्रॉनिक डू, वो किस इंडस्ट्री में ऑपरेट करता है, क्या बनाता है, किसको केटर करता है, कहाँ कहाँ एक्सपोर्ट करता है, विद ज्योग्राफी डू दे केटर टू. नाउ व्हाई डज दिस ज्योग्राफी यू केटर टू बिकम्स इंपॉर्टेंट? कल जाके आपका रेड सी का क्राइसिस है एंड यू नो दैट दिस कंपनी इज going and selling something, exporting to US, and Red Sea ka crisis hai, this person might get affected, right? So this is why it is important. Kal jaake, Red Sea ka crisis mein something has happened and you see all stocks are falling 10-15% down, okay? And if you know that, let's say, Mtron Electronics mein to, geography mein to, let's say for example, iska no, let's say 0% is from North America, iska to pura 100% domestic hai, then you wouldn't sell that stock that day in panic, right? Because you read and you know, ki like, iska. But let's say for example, रेड सी का क्राइसिस है एंड इसका 30% आ रहा है नॉर्थ अमेरिका से एक्सपोर्ट है, then that's the time you might have to like think and see what to do in that situation. So now you understand why, where each and every point, how to look at each and every point and how to connect each and every point. ठीक है? Now, okay, this is done. Let us understand कि like यहाँ पे why EMS sector में इतना हल्ला गुल्ली क्यों है? Like what is the what is the good things that are happening over here? Because see, you can be a greatest of the greatest management, you can be the best of the best company, but ultimately we all need an environment to thrive. Okay, you and I can have a lot of potential, but if we are in a shitty environment, our potential may never be seen. Similarly, you could be what they tell, right? Like a plant is as good as a soil at the end of the day. Similarly over here also, it is very important that the sector that you're operating in, it has a lot of headwinds. अगर यहाँ पे टैरिफ है, टैक्स है, वो है, ये बहुत सारे झंझट है, then आपका भी इंडस्ट्री कुछ नहीं होगा. Now what has happened over here for this EMS का इंडस्ट्री, you will see over here ना, बजट में, इस ईयर का बजट में, they have seen PLI scheme has been focused, which means what? Let's say if you're putting up a capex, the government can compensate that money, whatever you spent on capex, right? The capex becomes free of cost for you. There are a lot of buts and ifs and everything, but this is a broader line. And you'll also see that the government is really pushing towards manufacturing and make in India, Atmanirbhar and everything. They're trying to build world-class kind of facility over here in India, and whoever is doing so, they're trying much and much more and more, to cater to that. So lot of lot of tailwinds over here from the government side, a lot of policies, lot of favorable conditions that are there. So you can just pause this and read over here. It is quite self-explanatory. Okay. Now another thing, don't do the mistake over here, like what I usually see. Let's do the both thing. Yes, this kind of incentive is there. There is a favorable environment for them, but the company has to grow for you in order to make money. Don't do the mistake like PLI ka scheme mein hai, and then let's say for example PLI schemes mein toy industry hai, and then you end up buying all the toys ka companies in your portfolio, thinking like, "Arey PLI mein to ye scheme hai, so this company should definitely get benefited." No, it is not always necessary. Okay, having all these policies may help the company grow, but it is not necessary that all the companies will grow. The company needs to execute in order for you and I as shareholders to make money. Okay, so that is one thing. Now आपको demand में भी समझ में आ गया, there is no problem in terms of demand, the policies are favorable and everything. ठीक है. Now let us go directly to FY25 का numbers. कि like what is so stunning about this FY25 का numbers over here. ठीक है. You can also check it here, in the what do you call that? In the क्या बोलते हैं? What do you call this? Income statement that is there. I mean, it's still the same, but I will refer to this. So because the numbers over here are like a bit, I have to like zoom in and see. So let us just focus here. So the numbers are much more clearer. Okay. अगर आप देखते हो H2 of this year versus H2 of last year, if you see, you'll see the company has grown by कितना. पहला हम देखेंगे sales has grown by 100%. Second thing we will see is profit after tax. We will also see other income. We don't see there is a huge rise in other income, right? Like hardly anything, because last time it was 75 lakhs. Last time it was 75 lakhs. This time it is 2.92 crores. Not a big deal, because yearly my company is making 158 crores in terms of revenue. 158 crores may see, when you tell 75 lakhs say 2.5 crore ho gaya, that's a huge rise in other income, 100%, right? Almost more than that actually. But when you see 2 crore is hardly 2 crore is what? अब ये 158 crore का धंधा कर रहे हैं. 2 crore is nothing out of that 158 crore, right? So other income is not there. So the entire sales का part is there. Total sales that we see, it is mostly funded by क्या? खुद का operation से, right? So that is what. So 100% sale H2 on H2, and if you पूरा साल का अगर आप देखते हो, the sales has grown by 70%. Similarly, if you look at the profit has grown by 121% on a H2 on H2 basis, and pura saal ka it has grown by 90%. So you'll always see that there is an operating leverage on both the end. Similarly, EPS also has grown by a really nice amount too. So all in all, great over here. EPS का growth है, profit का growth है. Similarly, आप देख सकते हो sales का भी growth है, ठीक है? Not much in terms of other income, ठीक है? Now, you will see over here one thing that is there is margins. अगर आप देख सकते हो, right? You see margin has come down, ठीक है? Last time पूरा साल का margins था कितना, right? 25.4. This time margin is how much? 21.5, right? So this is a little bit of concerning, right? Similarly, अगर आप H2 on H2 में देखते हो, margins was 24.8. Now the margin is 19.3. But what did we see over here? What did we see? The box build assembly is increasing, right? Like last time there were a lot of PCBA, but abhi box build kam hoke 30% aa raha hai box build se. So how did, when you are making an entire assembly, you are moving to a higher margin product, you're moving from a low margin to high margin product. Remember, in investment checklist we learned product mix. When is product mix good and when is product mix bad? When you're moving from a low margin to higher margin product, great, right? And this is exactly that happened. So why did still the margins fall down both on a H2 on H2 and a complete year-on-year basis? That is because over here, the thing is the accounting statement that has been done by the company. See, this is a very recent IPO company that is there. So apparently they were the kind of accounting standards that you need to keep, while you're being, after you're listed or something, they have changed the accounting policy. And as a result, because of that, EBITDA margin is considered to be low. Another one I'll show you, which I thought was a red flag over here. Can you see this employee benefit expense? I don't know if you guys can see, because let me just try to zoom in, because I only can't see. Like I feel like I'm blind over here. I need specs. Okay. Okay. I think this is a line item, right? Yep. Kitna hai? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, fine. Whoa. Okay, can you see pura saal ka employee benefit expense last year was 5.8 crore. This time it is 4.92 crore. Think about it logically. If my sales is growing by 100% or 70%, and I'm telling you that I will probably grow in the same pace of growth, you will have to add more employees, right, in order to sustain this kind of growth. Because वरना फैक्ट्री में कौन काम करेगा? फैमिली तो आगे फैक्ट्री में काम नहीं करेगा ना, लोगों को हायर करना पड़ता है अगर आप प्रोडक्शन ज्यादा कर रहे हो एंड एवरीथिंग. सो ऑब्वियसली अगर आप लोगों को ज्यादा हायर कर रहे हो तो सैलरी ज्यादा होगा. आई मीन बेसिक लॉजिक. एंड सो ऑब्वियसली, राइट, like how did this come? Like if you are growing then entire year by 100%, like how can employee benefit expenses come down? Like this was a big question mark. Like, this is a few ways you can find out, if the company is shady or not. Okay, these are the few ways. And यहाँ पे मैं the company का ये बोलना है कि like, there are two kinds of, here only employee benefit expense was there, lol. Anyways, हाँ यही पर था तो anyways, can you see 58 crores था and here it is 49.2. So इनका कहना है कि there are two kinds of employees, right? One is those who work in corporate offices and everything, and the other are your laborers or your daily wage workers and everything. They have moved that, earlier both of them were clubbed in employee benefit expenses. Now they moved them, from employee benefit expenses to COGS. Okay, so I do not know why they have done, employee benefit expense से COGS में उसको shift किया. I do not know what is the reasoning behind to do so, because when you talk about COGS, cost of goods that are there, you talk about, let's say, aapka, like, whatever you're consuming as, whatever the raw materials and the goods that you need, that is what you put over here. You don't put, I've never seen, at least in my whatever companies that I've analyzed, I've never seen anybody put wages in terms of COGS, like, daily wages in terms of COGS. I do not know what the reasoning is. Probably they have a good reasoning. I don't want to doubt it. I don't want to give them a benefit of doubt. Now they have done like this various kind of changes in accounting, and that is the reason this margins that is there, it looks down. It looks a bit, like marginally down, but there seems to be no problem in terms of the business or whatsoever. And unka कहना ये भी है कि like आगे जाके going forward in the upcoming year they will continue to maintain, because I thought maybe they're doing so to show that EPS is by a huge number or anything, like PAT ko dikhana hai and everything. But they were very confident throughout the call कि like we will sustain this 22%, 22% ka margins that is there going forward also. Similarly, PAT margin jo hai, PAT margin for this FY25 was around kitna 15%, right? 14 to 15%. They told we will maintain this 15 to 16% kind of PAT margin that is there. We will maintain that also. They told. Okay. So I was like, okay, ठीक है. And they kept telling that through in the con call also, कि like whatever the accounting statement ka changes they have done, right? They will also put out a press release telling कि like, let's say pre this accounting changes that was there, this is our income statement. Post accounting changes, what we have done, this would be the income statement, balance sheet, and cash flows. Like, okay, so that is regarding the FY25 ka numbers. FY25 ka numbers are great. Everything is good. Now let us see FY26 ka guidance kya hai. ठीक है? Now, where is the guidance ka number? They have given out somewhere here. Yeah. See, can you see over here? They've given that FY26, not FY26 specifically, but for the next 3 to 5 years, they can grow at 40 to 50% ka CAGR, that is there. And how will they do that? A couple of things. They want to do that. Number one, by moving more and more, into like, this medical industry, they will go into like new industries that are, that are high in margins. That is number one thing. Second is, they will focus more on the box build assemblies, right? Than let's say just a PCBA, which is more of a higher margin thing. And this is how they're going to sustain the margins. In fact, actually, when they gave this PPT, they told it is 40 to 50% ka CAGR. But in the con call, agar आप 40 to 50% CAGR बोलते हो, let's say for FY26 also, from FY25 का revenue था कितना 158 crore. So that is roughly 220 to 240 crores. Okay. But in the con call, the guy, he kept telling, Sneh, I think his name was Sneh, and he kept telling, that we will be doing 270 to 280 crore. If I tell 158 crore for FY25 and 270 to 280 crore, that is almost another 70% growth. 70% किया FY25 में, बोल रहे FY26 में भी almost 70% करेगा. So what really changed over here in terms of guidance? Like, how is he so confidently telling? Is because I'll just show you. This is some con call highlights. Okay, just ignore the way it is written. Because I had to listen to the con call, like the recording, the audio, and I had to like just take the notes. Why? Because they have got 2 orders. Okay, already they've let me just show you the order book first. That would make much more sense. Yeah, why are they so confident over here is because when they did this PPT, this was the order book that was given to them. Order book as of 31st March was almost, kitna hai? This is in crore. I think it's in millions. It was around, it was 189 crore ka order book. Okay? And I've also given a bifurcation. Can you see over here? And can you see, इस साल FY25 में we saw कितना 69% PCBA and 27% box build assembly. Can you see in the closing order book this entire shift is getting changed? Box build is becoming 55 and PCBA is becoming 41. Product mix, you tell me in the comment section, is the product mix shifting towards good or is the product mix shifting towards bad? Okay, so this is one thing. Okay, 189 crore. But once this, before the before they could tell anything, they closed on 2 big orders, one in the automotive space and in the other one, I don't remember which space it was. They got another additional order book of 130 crore or something, 130 crore odd. It has been there. And earlier they were not catering to this telecom industry and everything. Recently they've started catering to the telecom industry also. And I think in 3 months they should start execution for that also. So order book is literally tight and packed for the upcoming year. In fact, the order book is so much कि like उनका जो Bangalore का plant है, right? Earlier now they have only 1 shift. Now they're going to do 2 shifts in order to increase the capacity, in order to get more capacity utilization from the same plant itself. Okay? So these are the 2 things. So that's what went down in the con call also. Like, they cracked 2 good deals in automobile. Mass manufacturing has also started for that. Telecom and network security is a new sector they are entering. Last year they entered aerospace, defense, drone, IoT. This year they're entering telecom and network securities. And for these two industries, execution will be in 3 months. And like they told, right, box solution will be contributing more towards revenue. Zyada box solution mein agar main jaunga, more will be my revenue sharing. They have also, they have also, kya bolte hain, signed an exclusivity with the company, which means, these people will be the sole manufacturers from everything, from design, conceptualizing to manufacturing. These people will be the only one catering to that company. They haven't mentioned iska ye exclusivity ka kitna hai, what is the deal like, how long it is for. That was not mentioned. This is already covered, right? 15 crore capex kiya in the US subsidiary, right? That is what they have done. Okay? So that's that overall. The capex is there, demand is there, order book is looking very strong, everything is great. The only thing I will highlight over here is closing. Do you remember this? FY25 May, automotive was contributing 4.7. And यहाँ पे the new order book that is there, automotive is contributing 20%. Okay? On the other hand, medtech that is there and defense is hardly 2%, versus medtech, aerospace and defense was almost 20% over here. Medtech, aerospace, defense, all of these are higher margin industries. Automotive is a lower margin industry because it is very competitive, extremely competitive, cutthroat pricing that is there. So this is one thing, like unka jo industry ka jo hai, although they're moving towards box build and everything, they are moving, I would say, the industry se jahan se order book yahan pe aa rahe, it is a little bit of that low margin industry. Jab management se ye pucha gaya tha, they told ki like, margins is not just dependent, jab main box build karo, it is not just dependent on industry wise, but also ki like, main kitna bada product bana raha hu. Let's say if I'm making a very small thing like an AC controller, then obviously uska margins will not be higher than, let's say, I'm making a huge product, and depends on the kind of, bulk order that is there and everything. So I think that margin wise, like I told you, I think they can sustain the current margin depending on the management commentary they mentioned. But will it increase? Because you can see over here, right, like box build was 27, now it is 55, literally more than half of the revenue, right? So in one way, because of this shift that is there, margin expansion is possible. On the other hand, because they're catering more towards the lower margin sector, will that margin expansion that we're getting here due to product mix, will it be compromised because they are moving towards a lower margin industry? That is a question that I do not know, like, what is going to happen over here. And I'll be very honest with you, I'll give you my opinion over here. The management ka answer was not really convincing, like, so I think we'll just have to wait and watch for the H1 ka numbers. All the other thing also I really appreciate about the management is, like they were very frank about it. And they also, like, many people started telling ki like, see, aap log abhi US maybe aap, you people are sending, right, like almost you're exporting 20-30% आपका revenue आ रहा है export से, especially in the US. And when all this tariff का war, that war, everything is happening, it makes, and you have to wait for like 6 months for your result to come out. Like it's bonkers, it's crazy, like for a retail investor especially. And people were asking, like, I know आप small cap हो, SEBI regulation doesn't ask you to, post result quarterly, but can you like just do so, and build trust with the investors? And they were like, probably maybe not result, but we will give you business updates. So from this year onwards, maybe every quarter we should see a business update. Okay. Now the next point, we discussed order book, we discussed guidance, everything is great. I think I'll come to the US tariffs later part. Let us understand the cash flows and the balance sheets that is there. Okay. Now when you look at the cash flows and when you look at the balance sheet, obviously small cap hai. One is, yep. One is the inventories over here. Again, see, this is the thing. I do not know if I should be referring to the balance sheet and the cash flows and everything, because none of it, like I told you, since they have done a lot of accounting changes, I don't know if this would make sense or not. First thing is, like, see, whenever you're a small cap and aapka itna bada order book and everything, I'm a bit surprised that the inventories didn't rise. Like, that is one big question mark for me. Like, how did your inventories not rise? Like, I mean, these are not like normal things that you're manufacturing. You're building such big assemblies. Like, and if you have that very strong order book, Like, why is your inventories? I would be really happy over here if I see like in my yahan pe 357 hai, FY25 ke inventories are probably 600 crore or something, right? I mean, this is very weird. The second thing is trade receivables. Trade receivables has increased by a huge amount over here, and the management also told कि like भाई ये जो accounting statement किया ये March 31st का है, and now we are sitting in April and we have literally got half of the amount. This trade receivables has increased over here because we are, like they told, right, we are exporting more towards the US, ठीक है? And at that time, remember, Trump had come, he was going bonkers regarding the tariffs and everything, and the people were also not sure कि like, you know, how this the customers were not sure कि like, you know, how this trade, how this tariffs is going to get affected. So what they did was, whichever shipment was supposed to be there, you know, like let's say that was probably a bit more than the, let's say if they were supposed to ship it like in March 20th, they had to do so in Feb only, like, you know, they had to prepone the shipment in order to escape that trade war or the tariff cut thing, you know, so they could get inside the country and, you know, not pay a higher tariff. So this is why that, you know, the receivables has increased. And also like, you know, the way the entire money is done is, once they send the product to the client will do another quality check, and once that quality check is passed, you know, after like 30 days or 40 days ka cycle, you get the payment over here. So this is another reason why receivables has increased. Similarly, you will see that payables that is there, right? Payables also like 50, like hardly, this is what in millions, I suppose, yeah, 5.6 crore से it has become 46.8 crore. Okay, उनका कहना है कि like trade payables जो है, it has increased because we have so much order book. I have to back up my inventories. In fact, I think you can also watch that con call. He also laughingly, very sarcastically gave an answer कि like भाई मेरे इतना order book है, मुझे inventories रखना पड़ेगा, right? Inventories रखना पड़ेगा. I have to manufacture all the, you know, I have to get the raw materials. Client को तो, you know, 70, मैं आपको यहाँ के, I'm coming here and I'm telling you कि like I'll grow 70%, 270 280 करोड़ करूंगा, बोलूंगा इस साल को, उसका माल कौन लेके आएगा, right? I have to get it. So and if I have to get it, obviously मेरा trade payable यहाँ पे बढ़ेगा. That is the reason, you know, you see. But that is the thing that doesn't make sense for me. Like, maybe I'm wrong, you guys correct me if I'm wrong. Like trade, if the trade payable is increasing and you're telling me that it is because of inventories, I'm stocking up my raw materials, how did the raw materials like not increase? Like it is 35 and 35.7 and 35. Like this is like one thing in the balance sheet that is not making sense to me. Again, maybe it is not making sense because of the accounting statement changes that has happened. God knows किस line item में, कौन सा line item में इन्होंने change किया. I don't know. So that is the thing. अगर आप cash flows भी देखते हो, it has got affected because of the same things only. Inventory, receivables, payables, यही तीनों में ऊपर नीचे होके वहां पे cash flows उतना तेजी से नहीं बढ़ पाया, ठीक है? So that is that about your balance sheet and cash flows. Okay, so yeah, and the last thing we will talk about is that trade wars and the tariff wars. Okay, उनका कहना है कि like, you know, see, although these people have a subsidiary in the US, it is just a corporate office, it's just started now. Ultimately आपका manufacturing plant is in India ना बाबा, तो आपको इंडिया से ही मैन्युफैक्चर करके वहां पे जाना पड़ेगा. The entire logic over here is कि like when you look at the tax that has been levied on China, you know, it's a lot. When you see the tax that's been levied on Vietnam, Bangladesh, Thailand, and everything, it's a lot. So India stands, I mean, India has tax is way less compared to all of these countries. So you're supposed to get advantage over here compared to, let's say, other countries. That is the reasoning. That is how they want to do. But in case if Trump comes tomorrow and changes, you know, like India maybe वो 26 से 30%, 35, 40 करेगा. I mean, God knows what is going to happen. So they are looking at it in a positive light, like, you know, we are not facing any situation. But this is something I would say, anybody who's investing over here, you know, you will have to, I mean, sit and gauge as per the H1 and H2 of FY26 का result, because this is too complicated. यार मतलब को वहाँ पे ट्रम्प को मालूम नहीं क्या होगा उस दिन, and he will put some here, and this is, I don't think any of us can, you know, like understand the impact over here and, you know, what can happen. This is like a known unknown, you know, or an unknown unknown. I can tell you, you do not even know कल जाके Trump, you know, if he will reduce, if he will increase or whatsoever. But this is, you know, they don't seem to see it as a danger. वो ही मैं बोल सकती हूँ, ठीक है? I will do the valuations and then we will do the risk. What is the risk involved in this business? We've discussed all the pros. Everything is great. Everything is hunky-dory, right? The numbers has been great in this year. The order book is great. Demand is great. And the guidance is even more stunning. Now, let us see, is this, you know, in kis zone mein hai, theek hai? Now when you look at this result, okay, again the same thing. In FY25 का sale उनका था 158 crore, FY25 का PAT था 26 crore. And in the PPT, what did they mention? That they're targeting 40 to 50% का CAGR for the next 3 to 5 years. I don't want to have a 3 to 5 years का view because every business will change, right? And I'm just going to consider for 26, that is the upcoming year, ठीक है. And in the con call he mentioned कि like बार बार वो बोल रहा था, he never mentioned 40, वो बार बार बोल रहा था एक ही number, 270 280 crore, 270 280 crore. That is why I've taken that, you know, 70% का growth, which is 270 crore. So let's say if it's a 40% का growth on FY25, then it is 221 crores. अगर आप 50% का CAGR बोलते for next year, then it is 237 crore. So this is how we got the sales number, ठीक है. Then we have to get the FY26 का PAT, okay. PAT margin for this year is around 16%, ठीक है. So 16% PAT margin, I am assuming कि like, you know, आगे जाके इनका PAT margins, इनका EBITDA margins जो है, it won't improve, right? We also saw, you know, that ambiguity that is there in that situation कि like margin expand होगा या कम होगा, right? So that is why I've taken कि like conservative approach कि like, you know, ये 16% ही रहेगा. Whenever I do the valuations, I like to take a very conservative approach as much as I can, because, you know, it's better to be a pessimist over here, because valuation is nothing but you're assuming कि like, you know, ये ऐसा ही होगा जैसे मैंने calculate किया. जिंदगी तो ऐसा नहीं चलता है ना. So that is why I take the most conservative. You can take, you be bullish and take, you know, do the same exercise or anything, but this is my method of doing so. And you know, right, PAT margin ka formula is nothing but net profit divided by sales. We know this is the sales number that we can expect for next year. We know this is the PAT margin. Multiply these two numbers that are there, you get the PAT, right? These are the three cases of PAT for these three sales growth. So you will get here 40% का growth, and you know, इस sales growth के लिए कितना PAT growth होगा. And similarly, taking today's market cap, which is 1,160 crore, the 1 year forward P for different cases from 40% growth to 70% growth for different sales, if they achieve, it would be between 26.8 to 32. So for a growth engine between 40 to 70% ka, you know, sales growth, the growth engine, you know, the 1 year forward P lies between 26.8 to 32. So obviously, even in the worst case scenario or the best case scenario, the company has high growth and low P. So P re-rating is possible over here, right? If you get both P re-rating as well as EPS expansion, then it is dhamaka, absolutely great. But that is the thing, will they be able to do this or not? It comes down to one thing: if they are able to maintain these numbers. And how will they be able to maintain these numbers? Execution, okay. The risk over here, biggest risk over here is execution ka risk. Agar wo execution ka, you know, if they are not able to execute, then God alone can help them, because this is the first year I believe they have done this high sales growth, okay. Think about it. Yeah, like this is the last year. Can you see? It's not like a very consistent, like when you look at Celecor, right? It's been a consistent since the time it came to IPO. It's been a very consistent player. Can you see over here negative? फिर 200% का growth किया, फिर 11% का growth किया. अभी you know this year they did 71%, ठीक है. So again, will they be able to do it or not? We'll have to track the company and see, you know, कि like we'll have to see H1 का result कैसा होता है. After that, I think H1 का result, right? It will give us an idea कि like, you know, if they are on track or not, ठीक है. So that is the thing. All comes down to one thing over here: execution, 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 ठीक है. Other than that, there is another thing. Let's talk about the risk over here. One big risk, obviously, like I told you, that is the US का trade and tariff wars जो है, like, you know, it can be an advantage and disadvantage also. Time only will tell about that, ठीक है. That is one thing. Second thing is इनका जो raw material जो है, right? Or they are very, very highly dependent on the raw materials, right? And you don't get this raw materials in India. Whatever they are manufacturing for their products, 50 to 60% of the raw material is sourced from China, okay, and the rest it is sourced from Singapore, Hong Kong, and various other places. So यहाँ पे क्या होगा? Let's say, I mean, again, you know, there could be some war, some crisis in some sea. Maybe India puts a ban, you know, that you can't import anything over here. I mean, this is a big risk. Raw material risk not being available, something happening is a biggest risk over here. Okay. Similarly, you know, let's say इनका यहाँ पे वो raw material का prices के वजह से ऊपर नीचे हो सकता है. That is also another risk, right? So this I would say is one risk, and that US का trade war and tariff war. And the third biggest risk is execution, because like I told you, every management can promise you all hunky dories. आपको तारा दिखा सकते हैं, आपको चांद दिखा सकते हैं. Only few managements will take you, you know, वो rocket में उड़ा के आपको आपको चांद तक पहुंचा देगा, ठीक है? So that is the thing. Don't take everything in face value. Be a little bit pessimist, even though if it is a company, whether you're invested or not invested in, a little bit of pessimism doesn't hurt anybody. You know, too much optimism bhi nahi banna hai, okay? So that is one thing. So these are the 3 risks you can tell. Similarly, threat over here, you can see, right? Like unka jo hai, intense competitions hai from global and local manufacturers. Again, here the Trump ka tariff wars becomes both an advantage and a disadvantage. If you put more tariff across everybody else and India mein less tariff hota hai, so it becomes an advantage for these people, okay? And the same thing, supply chain shortage, and the third is regulatory, right? We covered the supply chain shortage in the weakness also, and regulatory standards is obviously every country has different standard. India mein agar aap dekhte ho, you know, we have this FSSAI for food. We in US we have FDA for food. So similarly for electronic industries also we have different standards. Every company also has a different standard. Every country, like let's say for example, a company in America will have completely different standard than a company in Japan. So you have to be able to abide by that standards. And if you don't, your entire order get cancelled. Like they might have given you the order, you maybe your prototyping is not right, boom. It doesn't pass a test, it doesn't pass a quality check, entire order can get cancelled. So that is also another risk over here. Again, order book is there, order is also not getting executed, that is another risk. So these are there, I would say. I think we've covered everything, right? We've covered the business model, con call highlights, PPT, order book, valuations, what is the, you know, risk, what is the threat over here, everything. So yeah, that's it about the Sametron Electronics. Very interesting company, because when you I like the numbers over here, like, you know, the fact that, you know, it could be, possibly could be a 50 to 70% ka growth engine available at that 20 to 40, 30 ka P, you know, 26 to 35 P. Great P rating ho sakta hai, but will that P rating happen? It depends on one thing, order book ka execution. And the biggest trick over here is, you know, will this order book get executed or not? Iska to idea aayega in when October, because that's when H1 FY26 results will come out. Okay, so that's that about this company. I hope you all had, you know, you all understood it and you all had a great time listening to me. And yeah, that's that. And this is also how exactly we do the entire investment checklist, right? I showed you various parameters such as growth, capex, and everything. Get the investment checklist workshop, because in there we've mentioned, you know, various cases for growth, various cases of capex. Like I was explaining you about this product mix case, you know, margin expansion, good, bad, with multiple case studies. It's not like a, you know, the typical course that you do. It's a very practical one, and I can guarantee you the very next day you open a PPT, you'll be able to apply that knowledge. You know, you'll be able to apply that knowledge in real life. So that's that. Bye.